Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Shalak,
Shalak,
La,
La,
Nawah,
Nawah,
Ha,
Ha,
Rakha,
Rakha,
Shaul,
Shaul,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
La,
La,
Debar,
Debar,
Amathka,
Amathka,
Ba,
Ba,
Wadash,
Wadash,
Saparka,
Shaparka,
Wa,
Wa,
Halazah,
Halazah,
Lanawa,
Nanawa,
Ma,
Ma,
Kal,
Kal,
Rayam,
Rayam,
Hazah,
Hazah,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Wada,
Wa,
Aman.
Wa. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're the Hebrew Israelites of GMS, Louisiana, of the Lafayette camp, of the Lafayette branch. All right, coming back once again with another live camp. All right, but as always, before we go any further, we want to turn and face the east. We want to give our praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well as well as teach well, and also peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're back at it once again. Another week in Babylon, another weekend in downtown Lafayette. All right, coming to preach the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to the hopeful elect, okay, scattered throughout the Lafayette region as well as the whole entire 3U7 region, okay, and ultimately throughout the four corners of the earth, okay. And as always, we come out here to preach the downfall of America, which is also known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, prophetically, also known as Egypt, okay, in prophecy, Assyria, okay, spiritual Sodom, all right, and so on and so forth, okay, because just like any other kingdom, all right, before the Lord takes down a particular kingdom or empire, he always sets up his prophets and men to preach the end of that, to preach the end of that society, down, okay, to speak it into existence. And so that's why the Lord has, us and men like us, all right, starting with our apostles, our elders, and our bishops on down. Okay, the Lord has raised us up to do the very same thing, okay, concerning Babylon the Great America, as well as wherever else the Lord has men throughout the four corners of the earth, preaching this everlasting gospel. All right. What's that?
Yeah, I got one. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Right, and that's what we're doing, lifting up the banner upon this high mountain, this high government structure, this high rulership known as America. Okay, we're lifting up that banner, giving out that spiritual notification, like the brothers like to go into. Okay, and we're shaking a hand. Shaking a hand is symbolic of rebuking. Okay, like this. When you shake when you cursing out somebody, when you're rebuking somebody, what do? You point at them and you shake your hand. Well, that's what we're doing when we come out here to preach this gospel. Point the fingers at America, okay, and shake the hand towards it. Rebuke this place, okay. All right, so much to the point to where this word has gone up to the gates of the nobles, which is what the elites of Esau Edom is top banking families, and that's why, as of lately, okay, brothers, sent an article on the WhatsApp earlier this week. Well, now you got these small hats, okay, as well as the elites of Esau Edom, which are also small hats by default. Okay, now they're cracking down hard against anti-shield speech. I'm gonna say it like that. Okay, this little anti-S speech. And it said in the article that now these Edomites are going to come down against it, okay, by any means necessary. All right, so now these elites, because this word have had gone to their gates, okay, have reached up, to them. Now they're shaking in their boots because they see the elect, or the true children of Israel, the remnant waking up in these other days, and they're afraid because they know, according to prophecy, that's a significant sign that their rulership is getting ready to come to an end. Okay, so they're getting ready to come down with that great wrath, as it speaks of in Revelation 12. All right.
Verse 2, lift ye up a banner upon a high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. You got it right.
God. This is Proverbs. This is Proverbs 1 and 20, it says, wisdom cried without. She uttered her voice in the streets. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorner delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge?
Just speak on it.
Khan, so as the brother just now stated, man, we're in the highways and the byways and the hedges, all right, in the chief place of concourse, which is in the midst of where people do buy and sell, so forth and so on, in the gates of the city, in the main parts of the city, man, in the heart of the city, all right, where people can see the prophets, man. Because the scriptures say that your eyes shall see your teachers, man. All right, so we're out here in the spirit of God, Yahweh Shemi Awashai, to have the knowledge that we have, to how you preach, the gospel, man. All right, and it says, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning? All right, it says, how long will you simple ones love simplicity, man? People ride by, they look at the signs, they really know what's going on, all right, but they don't actually get down, to come hear what the prophets have to say, man. All right?
Yep.
It says, and fools hate knowledge, man. They rather be in the world, man. They rather have their fame in the world, all right, rather than suffer like a prophet, all right, and obtain your reward later on, all right?
That was it. It's back in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 3, the last verse. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my hiding.
Right, and the sanctified, this the sanctified ones, talking about those of us that serve the hopeful elect, okay, that have been sanctified, Lord willing, from the foundation of the earth, okay, through the blood of Mashiach Yahushua, okay, and that's basically where you get the word saint from, okay, saint, going back to sanctified, meaning what? Holy, consecrated, separated, okay, and Lord willing, all right, we've been set holy and consecrated and separated, okay, since the foundation of the heaven and earth, through the will and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And it also says, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. Talking about the angels. The angels are the mighty ones that the Lord is going to use to show forth his anger on the planet earth. All right, especially concerning Babylon and Babylon the Great. And how is the Lord going to use the angels to bring forth his anger, all right, his indignation upon Babylon the Great, via those nuclear missiles, okay, so setting fire throughout America, okay, as well as sending Yahweh Shai, all right, which is the top angel, as as well as the rest of the angels on the right-hand side, okay, especially including the Archangel Michael, to come forth with their fire of their own, which is what? The chariots, okay, the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shai, all right?
That's right. Hey, and I could just make a point real quick, because like we always say, there's two sides of justice. You have the guilty and the not guilty. We're the Lord's sanctified ones, and then you have the other side that are the wicked. They sanctify themselves in wickedness. This is Isaiah 66 and 17. It says, I'm going to start at verse 15, because like the brother said, that hellfire is what's going to render that ultimate justice on the planet Earth. You have those that are going to be saved and those that are going to be damned, destroyed by it. Isaiah 66 and 15, you got it, brother. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
Hey, so the Lord's coming back with those chariots, okay, to render his anger and his rebuke with what? Flames of fire, okay, because the Lord is coming back, angry. Here it is, look at this world. The Lord has every reason to be angry, okay, at what's going on underneath the sun. Okay, all you see is nothing but wickedness, rebellion, witchcraft, sorcery, okay, and it also speaks of in the book of Second Esdras, all right, impiety, all right, the word impiety, which when you look it up, it goes into what? The lack of fear or the lack of reverence for a particular God, okay? And that's what you see flourishing all throughout the planet Earth. And so, hey, and so because of that, the Lord's going to send Yahushua back to issue forth his anger, his righteous anger, his indignation upon, okay, Babylon the Great primarily, as well as throughout the four corners of the earth.
That's right.
And he's going to render, okay, via his chariots, okay, his heavenly vehicles. All right.
Verse 16, for by fire and by his sword would the Lord Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh shall be many.
The slain of the Lord shall be many. Hey, the Lord is coming back to do a lot of killing, a lot of bloodshed. All right, just like it was during the time of the flood. You know, the Lord, did a lot of killing back then. But this time it's going to be a flood of fire. All right, not a flood of water, but a flood of fire. Okay, and that fire is not going to consume the whole entire earth per se, like it was back during the flood, but only certain parts of the earth. And we know the main part of the earth that's going to be consumed by fire is America, Babylon. All right, it's going to be turned into a lake of fire. All right.
Hey, and just backing the brother up, you have those that are going to be on the planet Earth right now playing out a role to sanctify themselves in righteousness. And also you have those that are playing out a role that are sanctifying themselves in wickedness. The righteous are going to get salvation. The wicked are going to get that hellfire from these chariots, man. All right. And the Lord said, by the sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And how is he going to do that? Through his son, man, Yahushua. All right. Isaiah the 63rd chapter. All right. Verse 17 is the point. They that sanctify themselves, now they're not going to sanctify themselves by anything righteous. This is going to be wicked, man. And then ultimately, the Lord is setting the tone for the wicked and telling them, hey, this is the type of the judgments that the wicked are going to get. Hellfire, slavery, all right, the lake of fire, weeping, mourning, gnashing of teeth, all right, pestilence, famines. The righteous are going to get salvation, eternal life, celestial bodies. So the Lord has clearly put that and painted that picture out throughout the planet Earth, man. And everybody's choosing their side. All right, everybody's waking up, but you 2/3 of Israel, you numbskulls, don't want to hearken on to a sound doctrine and a better life, man, that the men of the Lord present you. Forget how we look. Think about the words that we speak. All right, verse 17, they that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said the Lord Yahweh. You got it, brother.
Right, so showing you that, okay, the dietary law is still in effect. Showing you that the dietary law, according to Leviticus, the 11th chapter, is still in effect. The Lord's clearly said in his prophecy that, basically, if you get caught eating swine's flesh, which is what? Pork, okay, or the mouse, or anything that's abominable according to the dietary law, then you're pretty much going to be consumed. You're going to be destroyed, okay? And here it is. You have a religion throughout the planet Earth known as Christianity, as well as the Roman Catholic Church, that teaches you that you can eat whatever you want. Okay, you can eat pork, you can eat shrimp, you can eat crawfish, crab, lobster, all these other abominations that the scripture speaks of. What we just read right here, which is a future prophecy, by the way, all right, because it speaks about the Lord coming back. That if you caught eating these things, by the time the Lord's come back, you're going to be destroyed.
I got one back.
I got one after you, brother.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 12, verse 9. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh through, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. Man. All right, so the Lord, Yahushua, man. All right, Yahushua, when he returns, man, he's going to destroy the sinners thereof out of it. All right? He's going to put them and lay them waste, man. All right? And to lay the land desolate, man. All right? Because of the sins, man. I've reached up to heaven. All right? Let's see. One more verse. I got one more. This is Isaiah 66 and 16. For by fire and
I'm looking for this other one. You can go ahead, bro.
So you looking for? How's it working?
Trying to narrow it down. All right, here we go. This is Isaiah 65. All right, and I'm gonna start at 1 because ultimately the Lord has been extending His hand out to the prophets. I mean, out to the rest of the nation of Israel, man, via the prophets. Okay, continually, and the Lord is gonna tell you that basically Israel, by not hearkening on to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you provoke the Lord to anger. This is Isaiah 65 and 1. You got it, brother. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me unto a nation that was not called by my name.
Right, because at one time, okay, through Israel's rebellion and constantly going off and breaking that old covenant, all right, via the Lord casting us out of the Holy Land throughout various periods, okay, scattering us throughout these different major empires, the Lord eventually took His name off of us, okay, so to speak, which goes into what? Basically, breaking his marriage covenant, okay, with us, setting a bill of divorce, as it tells you about in Jeremiah. Okay, so for a period of time, the Lord took His name off of us, all right, but now in these latter days, okay, and really, starting back to when Yahushua came on the scene 2,000 years ago, okay, we've been grafted back to the Father, okay, through Yahushua's sacrifice. And now, the Lord is being sought of by those of us, okay, who didn't seek Him before, okay, which is us as the remnant in these latter days, waking up, You have some more on that?
Yes, absolutely. All right, Isaiah 65 and 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in a way that was not good after their own thoughts.
Right, and that rebellious people is talking about, all right, Israel, namely the 2/3. Okay, all day long and all night long has the Lord spread out His hands towards 2/3 of our people, but basically our people don't want to hearken. Just like right now here in downtown Lafayette, you got a lot of Jakes, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American men and women, okay, walking by, driving by with the window down, trying to ear hustle what we're saying and preaching, okay, but they don't want to stop and listen because they're a rebellious house. And here it is, the Lord is constantly stretching out His hand to our people, all right, before He brings judgment, but our people don't want to listen. So guess what? When the time comes when the Lord's going to bring judgment, all right, Jacob's trouble, famine, fuel shortages, so on and so forth, our people won't have any cloak for their sins. Those that refuse to hearken to this word.
Right, and the Lord ultimately said, what? You are not called by my name because what? We were called by proverbs, bywords, all right? The scriptures tell you, Hellenes. The scriptures tell you, Jeremiah 17, we were discontinued from our heritage, man. So ultimately, the Lord, through His power and His mercy, had to bring us back into that name, man. Bring us back into that knowledge. Bring us back into that nationality and those customs. This is Hosea chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 9. Then said Yahweh, call His name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. You see, the Lord said, ye are not my people. I'm not going to be your power, man. You transgressed, like the brother said. You broke that marriage covenant, man. All right? Israel is the bride unto Yahushua, who's the bridegroom, man. All right? The elect are the family that are what? Taking a part of that wedding, man. That spiritual wedding. So now we're a spiritual wedding rehearsal, man. We're getting ready for that great day that we could be joined unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushua through Yahushua, man. We have that part right now that we're prophesying unto the four winds of Yahushua's great coming. How He looked, what He stood for, who He came for, man. That's being poured out as the rivers of living water across the four corners of the earth. In different nations, different tongues, different languages, different speeches. It says Hosea 1 and 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Hey, so when it's all said and done, okay, though this world is trying to push a narrative that we're not the chosen people, all right, and that those people, those small hats over there in the Holy Land right now are the chosen people, well, guess what? the Lord's going to pretty much put a spirit throughout the whole earth, okay, before it's all said and done, okay, where we're going to be recognized as the true chosen people, all right, the true sons of God, okay, after going so long of a period of, the Lord taking his name off of us, all right, because, hey, that goes into, the Gentiles in the New Testament, okay, because the Lord took his name off of us, and cast us out of the Holy Land and scattered us throughout the four corners of the earth, okay, we became likened unto Gentiles, heathen, learning of their works, worshiping their gods, following their religions, their customs, their cultures and whatnot, learning their language. That's what made Israel likened unto Gentiles. Okay, but now the Lord is taking us out of that Gentile, uncircumcised, heathenish state, okay, and bringing us back, as his people, Israel, the sons of God again, okay, and before all this said and done, we're gonna receive that recognition throughout the whole entire planet Earth, okay, because this truth is going out, okay. There's too many facts, okay, and too many scriptures coming out, and too many brothers prophesying throughout the whole entire Earth for anybody at this point to say that so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are not the true chosen people, okay. That argument doesn't hold up anymore.
That's right.
Because there's too much truth going out.
That's right. And we've ultimately tracked our lineage by faith. The scriptures tell you that what? The Spirit of the Most High is the Word. This is Romans 8:14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of the Most High, they are the sons of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. John 6:63 says the Spirit is the Word. Okay, well, we narrowed it down. All right? We got the Spirit, which is the Word. Now let's see. What's the Word? The scriptures tell us Yahweh is the Word, man. That's the Spirit of the Most High, man. And that's the spirit that we live in. That's the spirit that we prophesy unto you, man. But it's not all peaches and cream, okay? It's not all just happiness. We're going to rule over Esau. You got to go through it first, man. That's the reality of it. Okay, so we preach reality through the scriptures spiritually, man. Okay, you got it, brother.
Oh, yeah, so, hey, like you just said, we're led by the Spirit. Okay, God. Like you just said, we're led by the Spirit for us to wake up and understand that we're the true Israelites, the true sons of God, the true children of God. Okay, we don't need a DNA test to find that out. Because first and foremost, there's no DNA test that can tell somebody whether or not they're of the nation of Israel or not. Okay, that doesn't exist. And then furthermore, you know how far back in history you would have to go to determine whether or not you're the true nation of Israel or not. So that's it's all foolish at the end of the day. Okay, why go to a DNA test when you can just go to prophecy? Okay, when you can tap into the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is more effective and more efficient than any DNA test. Okay, you got it. Right?
One more verse. Isaiah 65:3 is the last one. Right? A people that provoked me to an anger continually to my face, that sacrifice it in gardens and burning incense upon altars of bricks, which remain among the graves and lodge in the monuments, which eat swine's flesh and broth of abominable things in their vessels.
Yes, our people constantly provoke the Lord to anger. Okay, piss the Lord off. Okay, which includes, eating swine's flesh and eating abominable foods. All right, and here it is. No matter how much, here it is, you that's woken up to the truth. No matter how much you may explain to entire people why you're not supposed to eat pork, why you're not supposed to eat shrimp, why you're not supposed to eat crab, and all these different things, they won't listen, and they'll even come up with arguments and excuses to continue eating all these abominations. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, well, I've been eating this all my life, and it ain't made me sick. It ain't did nothing to me." Well, hey, it may not have an effect on you as of right now, but when you eat those things, they have an effect on the environment because these things were meant to clean the earth. And so when you eat those things, you're helping contribute to the earth being more and more defiled. So that's the ultimately why you're not supposed to be eating those things. They're meant to clean, okay, not to eat.
Right, and you gotta watch your diet spiritually and physically. You can't be putting just anything abominable things into your body physically or spiritually, taking on these different philosophies, all right, different doctrines. Oh well, you know what? Rastafarianism, that's kind of cool, man. Let me blend that in with a little bit of Hebrew. No, man, you have to have one sound doctrine, man. All right, Yahweh Shai's blood was sufficient for Yahweh, man. That's enough for us, man, to do what we're doing right now, man. This is mercy. Go ahead, bro.
All right. Got it on this one. This is Zechariah 7:13. It says, "Wherefore it has come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear. So they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord of hosts. But I scattered them with a whirlwind among all nations whom they knew not. Thus the land will be desolate after them, and no man passing through, nor returning, for they laid the pleasant land desolate." All right.
Read 13 again.
All right, it says, "Wherefore it has come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear. So they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord of hosts."
Right, so the Lord is crying to our people right now via what? His prophets, his men, all right, our apostles and our elders and our bishops, okay, that paved the way before us. You know, the Lord is constantly crying to our people to come back and repent, okay, so that they, so that they not suffer for their sins. But our people refuse to hear. Okay, they pull the shoulder, as it tells you when you read up above in this chapter. So the Lord said, because of that, all right, so they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord. So when it's going to come a time when Jacob's trouble come to pass, and the great tribulation ravages this whole entire earth, 2/3 of our people are going to be crying to the Lord, but the Lord is not going to hear. The Lord is going to pull the shoulder against them. And rightfully so. The Lord is going to be justified with leaving 2/3 of our people, all right, hanging behind, because 2/3 of our people leave the Lord hanging behind. Okay, that was it.
I got a little bit more. It says, "But I scattered them with a whirlwind among all the nations whom they knew not," which was the punishment for going off. It says, "Thus the land was desolate after them, that no man passed it through, nor returned, for they laid the pleasant land desolate."
You can speak on it.
God. So basically, because our people didn't continue to hearken to the Lord, Yahushua, the Lord has made that land desolate, man. All right, now strangers are dwelling in our land, man. The land of Israel, man. All right, we got bastards. All right, they're in our land now, man, calling themselves the holy people, man. All right, that's pretty much it. That's it on that one.
I got a precept backing that up. The 2nd Chronicles 36:16. You got it out. "But they mocked the messengers of the Most High, and despised his words, and misused his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people, till there was no remedy."
Yep. Mocking the messages of the Lord. Okay, nothing new under the sun. Just as Jacob was doing it back then. Okay, during the time of Jeremiah, Isaiah, and the prophets that prophesied that Babylon, that the Lord would send the Babylonians to sack the temple and things like that. And hell, even going back to Noah, Jake was mocking Noah. Here it is, Jake mocking the prophets is like literally damn near a national pastime for Jake. And what after that? After a period of Jake mocking the prophets, the Lord would eventually send the destruction that those prophets prophesied of. Okay, whether it be the flood, the Babylonians, or another particular nation coming down to take down Jake as judgment from the Lord. Hey, the same thing is getting ready to happen now. Jake is mocking the prophets all throughout, social media, TikTok, talking shit about the Israelites in this great awakening. Okay, especially mainly Christian Jakes. Okay, especially mainly Christian Eves. It's always Eve that's always the main ones that's talking trash against the Israelites. Okay, when she shouldn't be saying a damn thing at all, period. Okay, so guess what? Just like our rebellious forefathers, the ones of our people that mock the prophets and mock the Israelites in this current day, they're going to receive the same fate and the same judgment that our forefathers received back in past times when they mocked the prophets. The flood. Okay, heathen nations coming to take them down and bring mass slaughter upon Jake. Hey, the Lord said he requires that which is past. So the same type of judgments that the Lord brought upon our people in the past, he's getting ready to do it today. Right? In the form of martial law, fire, famine, okay, fuel shortages, blackouts, all these different things, race wars, okay. Hey, 2/3 of our people will have no way to escape when Jacob's trouble come, except for the Lord. Right? You know?
Verse 17, therefore he brought upon them the king of the Chaldees, who slew their young men with the sword in the house of their sanctuary, and had no compassion upon young men or maiden, old man, or him that stooped for age. He gave them all into his hand. And what does that sound like? Ezekiel 9 and 4, man. All right? Set a tab upon them that sign that cry upon the midst of them, and all the abominations that are being done in the midst thereof, man. Slay utterly, old, young. That's a part of prophecy, man. The scriptures reiterates that time after time after time, just to show you that ultimately, leading up to this greatest time ever, like the brother said, man. The times that we're coming in, the world is never going to see this time again, man. It's going to be so bad and so grievous out here, so gory, that this society has never saw a time like this, neither will they ever again, man. This time is going to be worse than the flood. That was it, huh?
All right, this is Isaiah 29 and 21. That make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproved it in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing or not. All right. All right. So basically, it's going into, I'm gonna read it one more time. It says that make a man or offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reproved it in the gate, man. All right. So what? Eventually, over a period of time, they already kind of censoring, what people can say. All right. Well, eventually, the prophets are going to be what, man? All right. The words that we speak out of this Bible is going to be offensive. Going to be looked at as offensive, to the general public, man. But yet they have what? In God we trust on their money, man. All right. And the prophets that preach this word, pretty much they're gonna be wanted, man. They're gonna be fugitive, man. Right? They're gonna be looked at as, on the run, man. As the scripture says, we're gonna be as pilgrims in that day, man. And it says, and lay a snare for him that recruited in the gate, man. Because what we're tearing down, the strongholds of this present kingdom, and turn aside the just for a thing or not, man. All right, which meaning, they put darkness for light and light for darkness, man.
That's right.
Putting the truth aside, man, for naught, man.
That's right.
All right, pushing forth their own lust and agendas and different things like that we see in the world.
Yep. Got one back in. This is Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquities. What's for you? Oh, yeah. But you keep talking now. It's good. The camera's still rolling. This is Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right. So that the wicked is in power today, man. All right. Since they're in power, man, they boast in their wickedness because it's in their power, man. All right. What they push these different type of laws. I think they just now pushed one of those laws for them to get married. You know what I'm talking about?
Somebody had posted that.
God.
I think that was you, man.
Yeah, I posted an article the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, can you bring it out one more time, Baba?
This Micah 2 and 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right, man. They practice their full heart content on the people, man. All right. They make they push their philosophies and their doctrines on the people, and over a process of time of gradualism, the people take it on, man. You know, they don't go back to the morality of the Bible, man. All right, they follow their hearts, man. You know.
Right, bro. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's right, man. Oppressing a man, his house, and his heritage, man. All right, because brothers got children, man. They go to school. You know, they try to push this agenda on the children. You know, from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, man. All right, telling them lies, man. All right, oppressing our people, man. All right, from the truth. All right. Yeah.
Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. And that day shall take one up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, backing up that Lamentations, because that's what that Isaiah was quoting, man. All right, Lamentations by Jeremiah, man. That captive of Babylon, but ultimately that's spiritually synonymous of the prophets today, man. We're spiritually captive of spiritual Babylon, which is America. But it says, therefore, in that day shall one take up a parable against you and lament with a doleful lamentation and say, we be utterly spoiled. He had changed the portion of my people. How hath he removed it from me? Turning away, he had divided our fields. And it tells you in Jeremiah, why are these nations so spoiled? They're drunk. Therefore, the nations are mad, man. They've been spoiled into the philosophies of Esau, Edom, man. Spoiled into the three-piece suit, McDonald's on every corner, all right? That westernization field that America has planted across the whole entire earth, that shows you that there's a particular wicked group that's in power, man. The same philosophy, the same vibe has gone out through through the whole entire earth. There's no coincidence, man, that the whole entire earth is on this vibration, man, because you have a specific people that are ruling, man. The wicked are ruling, man. This place is going to burn worse than Sodom and Gomorrah, man, according to the scriptures. It's going to be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah in that day than this place in judgment, man. And we see why. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead, huh?
All right.
Whichever one. Yeah. All right. On that.
All right. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nation have drunken of a wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. All right. So all these nations have drunken the wine of Babylon, and it has caused them, to suffer, man.
Yeah.
All right.
They belligerent. What does someone do when they're under the influence heavy? They get wild, belligerent.
Yeah.
They start coming out of their body, start saying stuff that you never even know they really, really thought about. You know what I mean? Or they really felt. And that's how these other nations are, man. They like, man, hey, we're sobering down off these philosophies, and we really see America for what it truly is. Like if you like how they have these scenes in these movies, it'll be a dark room, and this guy will see this girl from across the room, and he'll be like, man, she looking good. But the lights start getting lighter and lighter, start getting closer and closer. You realize it's a man. That's how these other nations see Babylon the Great, man. They realize, man, we got all these swords upon us from laying down in bed with this wicked whore, man. Go ahead,
All right. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm by her pain. If so be she may be healed, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reached unto heaven, and it lifted up even to the skies, man. All right, so the other nations, man, in a sense, they're gonna be rejoicing when this place go down, because again, like the brother said, man, they've laid down with this great whore, and they've caught sores, man. Caught different diseases, man. All right, but that's it.
that in Jeremiah 50. Whenever you're ready.
All right, go ahead. You got it.
All right. It's Jeremiah 50 and 1. The word that the Lord Yahweh spake against Babylon, and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet.
And this Babylon is talking about a future Babylon. Okay, Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2, declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not.
Right, and that's what we're doing. You know, going back to what we read earlier in Isaiah 13. You know, lift up the banner, set up a standard. Okay, we're lifting up that spiritual notification, letting this place know, all right, that it has a bill due to Yahweh Shema Shai, that it won't be able to pay back. So therefore, this place, hey, the Lord's got to eradicate this place. All right? And we're publishing it. Publish means what? To make it public. All right, that's why we do videos, all right, live streams. We put it on our YouTube pages, all right, all throughout the internet for the whole world to see, all right, for the whole world to know that the Lord's getting ready to bring judgment upon Babylon. Okay, go ahead.
Conceal not, say Babylon is taken. Baal is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces.
Right, Babylon is taken. Baal is confounded, and Merodach is broken in pieces. Baal, all right, which is Baal, all right, and Merodach were two of the main deities that were worshipped back in the ancient Babylon. Okay, and here it is to this day. You know, we're in Babylon all over again. So those particular deities are, alive and well in this place all over again. Right. But the Lord said that those idols are now broken. Okay, and why is that? Because they're being broken, they're being cast down and hewed down via this word, the word that we're preaching through Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay?
Hey, and just to back you up, like you had brother said earlier, like that's what Apostle Paul was going to the message of the Gentiles, telling them, hey, because back then they were worshiping Serapis crystals, man. All right? And that lineage from out of the Hasmonean dynasty, out of the time of the Maccabees, had trickled on into Judea and the surrounding areas, man. That Greek culture. And you see that today, man. Within our culture, man. That Hellenic culture. But I'm still here. It's Jeremiah 50. In the latter end, it says, Babylon is taken, Baal is confounded, Merodach is in pieces broken. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Verse 3, for out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
Right, showing you right then and there that it's not talking about ancient Babylon, right? Because the kingdom or the empire that came up against the ancient Babylonian empire was the Persians and the Mede, which is located west of ancient Babylon. Which ancient Babylon was located primarily in modern day Iraq. Okay, the ancient Persian and Mede empire was located in present day Iran, basically, which is west of Iraq or west of Babylon. Okay, so this particular land, this particular nation that the Lord said is going to come from out of the north is talking about Russia. All right, Russia is located in the northeastern hemisphere of the globe. Okay, and the Lord's going to use the Russians, all right, as the number one player in World War III to make this land desolate. Okay, to the point to where no man, woman, child, okay, beast, bird, or so on and so forth, is not going to be able to dwell in this place. All right, it's going to be inhabitable.
Right. I was just going to say Gog and Magog, man, Russia and China, man. Those nations are going to come up against this place, man. And you see that playing out on the planet Earth right now, man. These nations looming over America. No pictures, man, please.
I'm sorry.
No pictures. Hey, so that's talking about Russia and China. You see, it's talking about Russia and China, man. All right, Gog and Magog, because they're gonna, like it tells you in Revelation, they're gonna take turns and they're gonna burn this whore, man. You got it, brother. But it says, for out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart both man and beast. Keep going. Verse 4, in those days and in that time, said the Lord Yahweh, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord Yahweh their power.
Woo. Hey, the children of Israel and the children of Judah. All right, northern and southern kingdom, all 12 tribes. Okay, namely the remnant of all 12 tribes. All right, basically speaking of the remnant coming back to the Lord. All right, and weeping, all right, sorrows and so on and so forth. And that's exactly what's happening right now via, this great awakening of the Hebrew Israelites, in which Christians try to act like that's not part of Bible prophecy. I've even heard Christians say that what we're doing is of Satan. Okay, that this great awakening is some demonic thing that we're forming throughout the planet Earth to so say kill white people and all this other stuff. Okay, these Christians don't even realize that what's happening before them in the form of us waking up to the fact that we're Israelites is fulfillment of Bible prophecy. And the bulk of that would happen here in Babylon the Great. Because as a matter of fact, it says, I'm going to read verse 4 again because I want to get a precept. Jeremiah 50, verse 4, in those days and in that time, all right, that time that the Lord would raise up that north country, Russia. It says, in those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, shall go and seek the Lord their power. All right, that remnant. Now, real quick, when you go to Revelation, the 20th chapter, right?
That's what I got, bro.
God.
Yeah.
We start at verse 7.
Hey, and it's going to show you that it's talking about not only Russia, but China as well. It's Revelation 20, and I'm going to start at 7. And when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. And this chapter specifically jumps between different time periods. So now it's jumping back and going into verse 8. It says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. Who's that talking about? Gog and Magog, man. It says, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. You got it, brother.
Yeah, so the Lord is raising up Gog and Magog in these latter days, which represents what? China and Russia. Okay, and as I said, their armies will be as the sand of the sea. And when you go into it, I believe they say China has like the largest standing military throughout the whole entire earth right now. You can fact check me if you want, but I believe that's true according to the last time I looked it up and whatnot. So wait, so the fact that China and Russia is beefing up their military and their arsenal and whatnot, their nuclear capability is all according to prophecy. All right, end time prophecy. You got it up.
Yeah. All right. Want me to keep going? I had another one too.
Yeah, you can.
Verse 9. Mm-hmm. And they went up on the breadth of the earth, and compassed the heaven, the camp of the saints about in the beloved city, and fire came down from the power out of heaven and devoured them.
Right, so showing you what? That during the time when the Lord would raise up Gog and Magog, all right, Russia and China, the camp of the saints would also be raised up. Okay, as it just went into the beloved city as well. The beloved city going into what? The house of David. All right, David means beloved in the Hebrew. Okay, and via the house of David being raised up, as Gog and Magog, Russia and China being raised up as well to bring judgment upon Babylon the Great. It says, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. Talking about them being Babylon the Great, America. All right, that fire is not going to devour us as the hopeful elect. Oh no, because Lord willing, we're seeking to be delivered from that fire. Rock it down.
It kind of throw out. And just to back the brother up, and like the Lord, we know that ultimately in that Armageddon, Yahweh Shaphat, all right, mountain of troops, valley of decision, we know that it's not just going to be Russia and China with those nuclear capabilities, but they're at that forefront, all right, against this horror, man. We know there's going to be Turkey, Libya, Iran, all right, all those countries that possess that nuclear capabilities, as well as the allies of America that possess nuclear capabilities, are ultimately going to shower America and turn on them, man. All right. But it said,
so like y'all, real quick, I want to make a correction. I said that Iran, the Persians and the Median Empire was west of Babylon, but it's east. I meant to say east of Babylon or modern day Iraq, not west. So like I want to make that correction.
all right. And it says, and I'm gonna just bring this out real quick. It's Second Ezra, chapter 13, and I'm gonna start at 9. It says, all right, Second Ezra 13 and 9, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, so it's going to be a multitude of other nations, man, a multitude of people, all right, a multitude of, like the scriptures call them angels, all right, which goes into Esau and his military, all right, and these other nations in their military. The scriptures tell you in Proverbs 21 and 1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Most High, man. So these kings, these nations of people, their minds are their military strategies and formations. The Lord is controlling all that. The Lord is simply setting them up to give that glory to Yahushua, man. For all of you to bow down and worship, man, because Yahushua is to be worshipped. All right? It says, and they went up, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Yeah.
Can you read that again?
It's Revelation 20 and 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone.
Right, and that devil talking about Esau, Edom, all right, because he's a devil according to Revelation 12 and 9. All right, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which does what? Going forth to deceive the whole world, as it says in that verse. Okay, so this same devil, Esau, Edom, he's the one that the Lord's going to rain that fire down upon on. Okay, and turn them into a lake of fire. The scripture speaks to that in Isaiah the 34th chapter, where the Lord said his sword would be bathed in heaven, and it would come down upon who? Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom.
And it says, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
Right, the beast talking about America, okay, the United States of America, which is the spearhead of this beast system, NATO, the EU, all right, as well as the false prophet, which the false prophet goes into what? The Roman Catholic Church, okay, the Pope, all right, because a lot of this witchcraft and sorcery that's being pushed throughout the earth, stems from the Roman Catholic Church. Yeah. Okay, Christopher Columbus, right, all these other murderous Christians and Catholics throughout Yep.
All these other BS religions, man, Judaism, all right, different other various religions that they put to the forefront to do what? Deceive. Miracles in the sight of the beast. They work together, man. All right, and even in Revelation 16, I believe, 16, 13, those 3 unclean frogs, man. All right, the Vatican, London, and then you got what? The District of Columbia, which is a separate entity in itself, man. You got the London, which represents the bank, all right, the monetary system, all right, and you got the Vatican, which represents the religious system, but it also goes into what? The judicial branch, the executive, and the legislative branch, man. All right, those 3 control powers, man. All right, that govern that whore. You got it, brother.
Whichever one of those.
You got one. This is Isaiah 34 and 1. All right, it says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world, and all that cometh forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, he hath delivered them to the slaughter." There's, you want to speak on
that? The Lord said his indignation is upon all the armies of these heathen nations. Which again, indignation means not only just anger, but righteous anger, justified anger. Okay, because these same armies that these heathen nations are building up in their countries, they're going to use those same armies to fight against the begotten Son of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, which is Yahweh Shai. Hey, so the Lord, has a bone to pick with these armies, okay, of these different countries. You got it right.
All right. It says their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall melt with their blood. God. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Right, the hosts of heaven, and that goes into the rulers of these different countries. Okay, the Lord is going to dissolve them. All right, and as the brother's is getting ready to go into, the heavens are going to come roll together as a scroll. You can keep going.
It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as a leaf falleth from.
You can read verse 4 again from the top.
Okay, and it says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
And how are the heavens going to be rolled together as a scroll? All right, it's talking about the mushroom cloud that's going to be formed when those nuclear missiles detonate. Okay, if you go on YouTube or you go to Google Images or whatnot, and you look up videos or pictures of a nuclear weapon being detonated. Okay, when the smoke goes up into the clouds, it forms like a mushroom roll. Okay, so that's what it means when it says the heavens shall roll together as a scroll. Okay.
And it says, and all their hosts shall fall down.
Right. All their leaders shall fall down. Their host of heaven of these heathen nations, the host of their rulerships. Okay. Go ahead.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Right, which is light work. The Lord's gonna, knock these different leaders and these different different heathen nations off. All right, like a leaf falling off a vine. Okay, when you go up to a tree, okay, you take off a little twig or whatnot. It's easy work. It's light work. So that's exactly what the Lord is going to make out of these heathen nations and their leaders and their armies. He's going to make light work out of them. Okay, so much to what he's going to be able to destroy them and get the victory over these heathen nations without lifting up neither sword, no weapon of warfare, no carnal weapon. Okay, light work.
Right. The brother quoted 2nd Ezra 13, but this is just back in that 13 of the 2nd Ezra 16 and 9. A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that might quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
And that's what those missiles are capable of. Those nuclear weapons. When they detonate and explode, okay, they're able to turn a person literally into powder. Okay, and they showed you that on the movie Terminator 2 with Sarah Connor. She had that dream where she was, holding on to the fence, and that nuclear missile just detonate off in a distance. And notice when you look at that scene, the missile went off from a distance, and it's the fire and the destroying wind still made its way to her, and basically turned her into a pillar of salt. Turned her into powder. No weapon, okay, has the capability to do something like that to a person, turn them into powder, except for, a nuclear weapon.
Yes.
Okay?
It's backing you up. Jeremiah 51 and 1. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind.
I don't know if they'll let us. See what we had here. I went in 5 seconds.
Well, y'all want to see if it kind of goes away? You know why? All right. It's drizzling a little bit. We just decided we're going to wrap it up. Because we got some barricades around our regular spot that we go under the shade. And after the overpass. I said that word correct. I'm gonna read it again. Jeremiah 51 and 2, 51 and 1. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon. And notice how the Lord said he will raise up against Babylon. All right? The Lord always draws that controversy towards this land, man. It says, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And what is that destroying wind? That nuclear presence, man, those nuclear missiles, all right? Along with those concentrated laser beams and fire coming off of those chariots, man. They also have the capability to beat you to powder, man, or totally wipe you out, man. All right? Like when you do that, when they do that spirit bomb on Dragon Ball Z, and it hits Cell or Frieza, and it touches them, and it completely just wipes them away, man. They vanish. But it says, dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her, and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble there shall be against her round about. And what are those fanners going into, man? The angels, man. All right? They're going to be fanning this place, man. All right? To destroy it. Because, let we not forget, James the 5th chapter describes Yahweh Shem Shai as the Lord of Sabaoth, which is the armies of Israel, man. All right? The armies of the heavens. They're going to be coming back in battle formation to destroy Babylon, man, along with these other nations. You got it now.
I just want to back you up and then I'll get back to the Isaiah.
Yeah. You know, stuff.
Yeah. All right. This is backing up the brother. He was referring to like that Dragon Ball Z, man, as you know, when they're hit with that energy, that concentrated energy, what they dissolve, man. You know, they evaporate. All right. This is Zechariah 14 and 12. It says, and this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouths. All right? So, you know, like the scriptures say, you know, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. People are made up of elements. And also, when those bombs drop, all right, they're gonna disintegrate, man. All right. I can go back in that.
Hey, just to back the brother up, that's a beautiful point. Because also, like, basically, we're made of the atmosphere, the environment. All right. Basically, that's why the Lord said He created Adam from what, dirt, and established him through their wisdom, through the elements we were made, man. All right. Okay, so like on the periodic table, man, we're made up of those things. Okay, but like it says, I just gotta want to back you up. Zechariah. I mean, you just read. You was in Zechariah where? It's like 14 and 12. Okay. All right. I had the same one. You got it now.
All right, I'm back. I'm gonna go back in that Isaiah 35.
You was finished what you was reading Zechariah?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we can go back to Jeremiah 50 and verse 4 again.
All right, it's Jeremiah 50 and 4. In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their power.
Right. Going into the remnant, waking up. And that's what we're doing right now, in the midst of Babylon primarily. Okay? Both brothers of the southern tribe, as well as brothers of the northern tribe, okay, waking up and seeking the Lord. All right? Go ahead.
This is just jumping up, Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Hey, so another key indicator showing you that it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because back in the ancient Babylonian Empire, okay, under Nebuchadnezzar, all right, Judah and Israel wasn't being led captive into that kingdom. All right, it was only primarily the southern kingdom, Judah, which consisted of what? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, because the northern kingdom were already here in what we know today as the Americas. Okay.
Aseret.
Right. Also read as it goes to in Second Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay, they already had came here by the time the Babylonians came into power. Okay, going all the way back to the Assyrian Empire. Okay, going back to Second Kings 17th chapter. All right, when the northern tribes conspired within themselves that basically we need to get the hell up out of here. We need to get away from this region of the earth, and we need to go into another region of the earth, all right, where no man dwells at, for us to be able to keep our laws and our commandments again. Okay.
Just backing you up, you got it out. It's Jeremiah 50 and 33 in the NLT. Mm-hmm. This is what the Lord of heaven's army says. The people of Israel and Judah have been wrong. Their captors hold them and refuse to let them go. But the one who redeems them is strong. His name is the Lord of heaven's armies. He will defend them and give them rest again in Israel. But for the people of Babylon, there will be no rest. Ooh, you got it, bro.
Hey, it pretty much will say that. Hey, so you don't even need to break that down.
Kind of like back in Jeremiah 50, all right, in the latter end of 4, they shall go and seek the Lord their power. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, you already know, huh? Jeremiah 50 and 5, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward.
Right, with their faces thitherward, because where is Zion? All right, in comparison to America, where is Zion at? Towards the east. All right, and that's why when we throw up our prayers, okay, before and after our camps, or before and after our lessons, we do what? We face the east. And we do what? Give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Shemashai, Bashimakakidash. Hey, so us praising the Lord and the God and Son facing the east is a fulfillment of, once again, Bible prophecy. Okay? You got it, right?
With their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord Yahweh in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten.
Ooh, hey, and that's what we're looking for, that perpetual covenant, that new covenant, all right, where we're going to have the law, statutes, commandments written in our inner part to where we'll never go off again.
Everlasting.
Man,
see how the Lord is Yapa, man. The Lord can literally use perpetual, describing Esau's anger towards us and hatred, but then he could turn around and say Jeremiah 50 and 5, Salakia, 5, Salakia. I'm gonna read the whole verse again. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten, man. The Lord is beautiful, man. Like, literally, he said, well, you know what? Esau hates you, had this everlasting hatred for you, but I got this everlasting love for you. So which one are you going to abide by? You going to hearken on to his everlasting hate or my everlasting love, which exceeds far beyond that, man? Esau's a base man. Esau don't stand for nothing. He ain't got no principles, man. He's not stand up. He's not a leader. He's not someone you want to put in charge of a group of people, man. But the Lord has given him this fatness of the earth, dew of the heavens, man. For an appointed time, that sword to swing upon the backs of the nation of Israel to teach us a lesson. Didn't your dad come through the door and swinging with that big black belt, man? And put a couple on your back? But when you done getting that lash and you remember, man, I remember how those licks felt. I don't want to do that again. Oh, no. It hurts. That's the state we're in, remorseful, humility, being humiliated for the name of the Lord, man. Unto the world is foolishness, but unto the Lord, it's a perpetual covenant. Go ahead, brother. Jeremiah 50 and 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place.
Right. The shepherds over our people, these so-called black leaders, these so-called black Christian preachers, okay, have led our people astray. They basically turned out. as you just said, they basically turning our people from a mountain to a hill. Turning our people from a great thing on the planet Earth to something that's insignificant, something that's worth of naught.
Beautiful. And it says, what? We forgot our resting place. That's a key indicator that, okay, resting place, what means rest? Peace, Shiloh, all right, Jerusalem. Oh, wait, Yahweh Shai, the Prince of Peace. So we forgot that name. We forgot this culture, man. We forgot the word, the spirit. That is what separates us from these zombies out here. This is the matrix, Hakim. We're living in a matrix, man. All right? And we're the ones that see this place for what it really is, man. Like that movie, They Live, when they put on those glasses, you saw the place for what it really was, man. See the building that says obey. You see a bag of chips, it says consume. You see a picture with two people on it walking a dog, it says marriage. Married. That's synonymous with the days of Noah, man. You got it, brother. I'm going to keep going. It says, they have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them. And their adversary said, it says, all that found them have devoured them, man. The lovers that Israel have sought unto, man. They devoured you, man. Taking away that grace, taking away that shining light from you, man. Which is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Now you walking around looking dull, man. You're a victim of police brutality, a victim of so-called racism. Why do you think it is? Because the scriptures speak of these things, man. It's been this way. It's just playing out on the planet Earth, man. That's why the Lord says, well, you know what? I'm going to put an oppressor over you that's going to strictly make you not want to read. A whiplash in one hand, a Bible in the other hand, man. Because reading is fundamental, man. Reading is powerful. History is powerful. And we've matched up history with biblical prophecy to be able to determine the times that we're living in right now. So it says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Ooh, man, you got it, bro. That's heavy.
And that's the excuse that these nations use to justify, offending our people and doing us wrong and enslaving us, rape, robbing, and murdering us. Okay, because it is true. We're in this position ultimately because because we sinned against the Lord and broke His covenant. Okay, but as we read earlier in I believe Zechariah the first chapter, okay, these heathen nations have furthered the affliction of our people. So these Edomites and the rest of these heathen nations, they basically did overkill against our people.
That's right.
Okay, and that's why and that's what's going to lead to the Lord, okay, bringing overkill upon them.
That's right.
All right.
Verse 7, verse 8, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the he goats before the flocks.
Right. And how do we remove out of the midst of Babylon? Well, first and foremost, we do it through the Spirit. Okay, and I believe there's a scripture that says in the next chapter, Jeremiah 31, where it talks about deliver ye every man his soul.
51.
Yeah, I believe it's in 51. Yeah, we remove
Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Yeah, is it that verse?
Yeah, I got you. You want me to bring it up?
Yeah, come on.
This is Jeremiah 51 and 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's revenge. He will render unto her a recompense.
All right, so that's how we remove out of the midst of Babylon. We deliver our souls. And how do we deliver our souls out of this place? Getting into this word, getting into this truth. Okay, tapping into the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay, it's not talking about flee out of the midst of Babylon by hopping on a plane and going back to Africa, like you have certain guys teaching. Yeah, that flee doctrine. No, it's just talking about flee your soul out of Babylon. Okay, and rely on Yahweh Shem Yahushua to physically and carnally remove us out of this place. All right, but it all starts with getting into this word. Okay. Yeah, you got it.
All right, this is Psalms 149, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, Praise ye the Lord, sing unto the Lord a new song, and his praise to the congregation of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in the King. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praise unto him with the trembling in heart. It says, For the Lord hath taken pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in their glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment unto the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron, to exalt upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Praise ye the Lord, man. So the new song is the scriptures, man. As the brother was going into, the new song is the scriptures, man. We follow these things.
That's right, brother.
And it says what? The new song is also a part of, teaching and preaching, that we're going to have, his people in subjection and in chains, feathers of iron, and that the curse is going to be upon his people, man. Esau, Edom, Esau, Edom people, man. Let's see. So yeah, Don, that's it.
And just to back you up, and this just to prove that it's not literally talking about flee out of the midst of Babylon, like leave America, get on the plane and go. Because this is further down in the chapter, Jeremiah 50 and 28. This is a clear cut. It says, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. So if we literally flee out of America, got on a plane, right? And that literally left, then how would our voices still be here? That's talking about spiritually leaving this place, man. Because we're still here in this captivity. So you still hear our voice, but spiritually we left this place, man. This is Jeremiah 50 and 28. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple, man. And we're declaring that right now, man. Across the four corners, wherever we may be scattered, man. Does that mean leave London, leave Rome, leave Italy, okay, leave the Virgin Islands, all right, leave Suriname, leave Jamaica? No, that means spiritually leave and depart. But because your voice, which is the voice of the Lord, spirit of prophecy, is still going to be there to tear that place down until judgment comes. You got it, huh? I'm still in Jeremiah.
That was pretty much it here. You got anything otherwise?
Hey,
Hour 19. Good enough?
yeah, that's good.
So what, Lord willing, this camp was edifying. We want to turn and face the east. We want to give our praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakodash.
double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well as well as teach well. And peace and salutation to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And until next time, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
From Yasha'Allah.
From Yasha'Allah.
Baba Bob.
Baba Bob.
Shalom.
Shalom.